I'm thinking this may be the finale of the Very Rare Trade Up series. 2,000 very rare drop items for the biggest, by far, very rare trade up video in Rocket League history. If this video smashes 10,000 likes in the first 24 hours, then maybe I'll consider doing another episode, but maybe this series has run its course. Drop a comment down below, let me know your thoughts on it. I'm very excited. With 400 trade ups, we should be getting painted Octanes, even with the lower drop rate today. So be sure to sit back, relax, drop a like. If you're on the majority of people watching this video that are not subscribed and are part of the Pixel Army, then please do subscribe down below, as we're well on the way to 900,000 subscribers, at which point I will, of course, be giving away the coveted titanium white Apex wheels. If you're looking to start your trading journey in Rocket League, you can go and check out my trading master course over on Gamers Ready. I spent about 8 months putting it all together, and if you use the code pickapixel50 at checkout, you will get 50% off the course, so it'll only cost $9.99, which is less than a black market from the item shop. So we are doing the classic today. I'm going to do all of the very rare to import drop trade ups, maybe spite in a few black market trade ups in the middle, and then finish with the drop black market trade ups at the end. And then very soon on the channel, I'm also going to be doing another crate slash painted exotic to painted black market trade up video, because they are probably the most exciting thing. So sit back, relax. Let's start by trading up. Like I said, 400 very rare trade ups. You'd expect to get some kind of painted Octane. I have no idea what color it is. Will it be a titanium white one? I highly doubt it. It's going to be hard to match the previous video where we got the titanium white Octane and 2 black standards, I believe, because right now we're getting the burnt sienna merc. Now, the first thing I want to talk about today, because obviously a lot of you guys had tons of things you wanted me to touch on during this series and during these videos. A lot of you say you want me to do a podcast and that sort of thing. First thing I want to touch on, oh, it's a lime. It's a lime standard. We'll move on. It's not a bad start. I am slowly collecting the painted Octane and painted standard set. Obviously, I had the whole set back in September before my massive giveaway, and then I got hacked and lost, I think it was a total of 13 black standards, which now would be worth over 25,000 credits. Back then, that was worth about 15,000 credits or something. It wasn't as valuable, if I remember correctly. But the first thing someone asked me over on Twitter was how exactly, well, I'll read it out verbatim. How does the person who supplies you with all the trade ups get them and make profit off of them? Now, I don't know the exact method that people go to get all of the very rare drop trade ups that I then trade for, but here's how I'd imagine it to work, because no one here is making a loss. That is the best part. It's a win-win scenario. Pink Octane, I tell you what, I was experimenting with car designs, and the Pink Octane was something that I was tinkering with, and the Lime Octane, so I'll take that. But the way I see it, the traders that are trading for the very rare drop items in bulk, they're basically doing what anyone would do for a trading journey in Rocket League. They are... Oh, it's an orange standard. They are essentially getting the very rare drop items and then trading them for a higher price than they bought them for. You know, they're flipping them. And you might think, how exactly can they buy them for cheaper and sell them to someone for more expensive? And that's where I come in. You know, normally it wouldn't necessarily work. You know, it couldn't be an infinite loop of people just buying it for cheaper and selling it for more expensive, because it would get to the point where no one would be willing to pay the price. However, I am in a fortunate position that I have you guys watching me and watching these videos, so I can therefore pay a premium for these very rare drop items, because the traders make their profit based on the difference between what they buy it for and sell it for. I make the profit based on what I buy it for and then the video makes. You know, I'm not selling these items. I'm not, you know, I'm literally trading them up, essentially just turning most of them into dust. I might get the odd painted Octane here and there that could be worth a little bit, but never worth the amount all of these items are collectively. But I make back the profit from the videos, and believe it or not, from people using code PixelArmy in the item shop. And that is why I say at the start of my videos, minus this one of course, if you do want to support me and use code PixelArmy in the item shop, that is what allows me to make these videos. That is what makes up the difference. Because if I was just getting the very rare drop items at the traders' rates and then trading them up for fun, it would be a loss every single time. The trade ups are not the way to make profit in Rocket League. That is down to trading, and that is what all the other traders do. They get the items and they flip it and everything like that. So there you go. Now, the next question, someone literally just 2 words, they said early life. So I want to talk to me about my early life. Now, to be honest, I'm trying to think of what my first actual memory is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was at my old house, because up until I was 3 years old, I lived in my old house, I call it. And then since I was 3, on my 3rd birthday, I lived in the house that my parents still live in today. And I just remember, nothing really that profound, just walking from the back door through the garden to the back gate. So I would have been maximum age 2. And that was my, that was my first memory. But I mean, hey, I had an amazing childhood. You know, when you're a child and just everything is just good. You know what I mean? You have no worries, no responsibilities. You can literally just enjoy doing what you're doing. You never have any, like, joint pain. I mean, listen to me. I'm sounding like I'm an old man. I'm 23 years old. But, you know, when you're a kid, you never have any back pain or anything like that, despite the fact that you're literally throwing yourself off things. You're just playing around. Oh, it's a forest green standard. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. But I tell you what, speaking of early life, it's very interesting how exactly I came to be where I am today, and I can pinpoint each and every moment that led me to where I am today. So especially in terms of YouTube and everything like that, because I know a lot of you like it when I talk about YouTube. The main thing that started it was when I was in year 6, I believe, which I believe in America is the 5th grade. So for a lot of my US viewers out there, because I know majority of my viewers are from the US, so shout out to you. And also shout out to Discord gang. I was chatting with you guys over in the Pixel Army Discord before I recorded this video. Go and check out that, discord.gg/pickapixel. And I was in 5th grade, year 6. I mean, how old are you then? 10 years old, I believe. And me being the absolute rebel that I am, completely went against what the teacher said. I wasn't really a rebel. But in our free time, our teacher said, you know, we could go on the computers, and this was very... Ooh, Titanium White X Devil, not bad. This was very, very new. It wasn't common to have, like, tons of computers everywhere. Certainly as young children, we didn't have phones, and back then you didn't even have smartphones or anything like that. You know, if you were lucky, you might have had, like, a Nokia brick or something like that, which is still pretty cool phone. Absolutely indestructible. But regardless, the internet wasn't a massive thing. I mean, it was big. It was obviously big, but not anywhere comparable to what it is today in terms of accessibility. And it got to the point when I was about, you know, 10, where every classroom would have, like... Oh, it's a Lime standard. We're getting so many. Every classroom would have like 2 or 3 computers at the back, and we had some free time. And the teacher said, and this genuinely, I can remember it clear as day, and maybe I would still be where I am today without this exact moment. But then again, you know, there's the butterfly effect. You genuinely... This moment could have not happened, and I could be living in Colombia right now. You know, it's an extreme example, but it's very possible. So this is the exact moment. My teacher said, "Don't go." Said, "Do what you want, but don't go on game websites like Miniclip." And me being me hears that and thinks, well, I've got to check out Miniclip. You know, if you guys don't know miniclip.com, you got to go and check it out. It might not be the same for you if you haven't played on it before. There won't be that nostalgia factor, but 8-ball pool, that originated on Miniclip. I know that's become its like whole nother thing. But I played Miniclip games when there was like 5 awards. There was the monkey kickoff was like the main game. It was very simple. You were a monkey and you just kicked the ball as far as you could. But I remember Miniclip. I got on there in 2009, and that is what basically got me into internet games. And then from there, it just kind of absolutely spiraled. And then combining that with eventually hearing about YouTube in the year 2010, I'd probably watched a YouTube video before 2010, but I know exactly, I can pinpoint the moment that I went to YouTube and discovered it. And I always say the first YouTube video I ever watched was the Duck Song. So that is how my love for gaming was born. It was me doing exactly what the teacher told me not to do. And then YouTube was me basically looking up this song that this guy was singing that was really annoying, and I wanted to see what it was, and I looked it up that way. So my early life, I planted the seeds for the career, 10 plus years ago, and I've been doing YouTube for 10 years now. So that is basically how I went from early life to here. And I saw a TikTok this morning, and it was this girl who just finished her first day at a 9-to-5 job in an office, and she was like, she didn't understand how people could do it, how people coped, and how boring it was. And that genuinely like terrifies me. I've had the smallest amount of 9-to-5 office experience, and when I say smallest amount, I mean 8 days. Okay, I did work experience when I was 15, I believe it was, and I was in an office at a marketing agency. I wasn't doing any of the cool job stuff. I was doing all admin and organizing stuff, and it was just it's how you'd expect. If you're watching this video and you're maybe under 18 or something, likelihood is you haven't had an office job, but it's as boring as you'd expect. There are funny moments in there in the same way like any job. If you're usually that's to do with the people you're working with. There are some kind of funny moments, but on the whole, 9 to 5, office job, not for me, man. I mean, I have a tiny glimpse of it when I've got tons of editing to do and maybe I'm not in the mood to edit. That could be, I'd imagine, how it feels. But if you're doing something in an office that you're not passionate about, oh my day, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how I'd cope with that. And the thought that that could one day be a reality is kind of terrifying. And it's why, you know, I've always kept trying to work at YouTube. I don't think I'll ever have a regular 9-to-5 office job. And that is an absolute blessing. And I have you lot to thank for that. So, yeah, existential crisis aside, we'll move on. Someone says, do you play football as a hobby? I used to play football. You know, I say every kid. Most kids play some kind of sport. And in England, football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, it's football, but, you know, we'll move on. A lot of people play it. It's kind of like the most popular one. And I was a defender, mostly because for my age, I seem to be bigger than most of the other kids and stronger than most of the other kids. So I was drifting between centre-back and right-back. But there was one game, and I know a lot of you... Oh, titanium white standard. Shout out the titanium white boost gang. A lot of you probably don't care too much, but I remember clear as day, my clearest memory from football was from centre-back scoring 4 goals. It was awesome. Just absolutely bombing it. Oh, I loved it. And I remember the one time, I was obviously, because like I said, I was a big, strong kid. I didn't like get knocked off the ball that much. And back then there wasn't as much of like a diving culture in football. So in my football career, I only ever went down from a challenge once, and it wasn't because I, you know, fell down like footballers do. They do it on purpose. I was literally tripped and couldn't avoid flying, and so I was just outside the box. There's a black standard. Let's go. Come on, we've got all the standards pretty much that we want, white and black. Now we just want some more octanes. And it was a free kick from just outside the box, but I was very young. I was like 6 or 7. And I really struggled at that age to actually get the ball off the ground. But I thought, you know what? I've won the free kick. Oh, Crimson Octane! We got a Croctane, baby! I think that's the only one I've got. Not this video, but the only Crimson Octane I've got. And I thought to myself, I'll step up. I'll take the free kick. And you know in your head, you have the absolute worldie. You know, you spin it into the top corner or something like that. You give it absolute whip. Or Roberto Carlos it the other way around the wall. Obviously not going to happen. But I stepped up, the only free kick I ever took in my football career, because like I said, I never went down, and I wasn't like the designated free kick taker or anything, but I took it, I took my chance, literally just spooned it, and it dribbled along the floor to the keeper. I was so upset because it was so rare for me to get a free kick. I thought, oh, imagine in front of all the parents just being that guy that puts the goal in, and it never happened. So that is unfortunate. I tell you what, that's one thing I kind of wish anyway, that I was like, obviously I wouldn't change anything, but imagine growing up in America. All the sports in America seem so much more tailored to me. Baseball, oh my gosh, I would slap. I mean, here we have rounders, and I'm very good at rounders, but I'd love to have played baseball as a kid. To like play that properly, I'm a brilliant catcher of the ball, I'm a good hitter of the ball, I'm a good thrower of the ball. Just everything required for baseball lends itself perfectly to my skill set, but here I am spooning free kicks at the goalkeeper. You know what I mean? It wasn't pretty, it wasn't ideal, but either way we move on. I played for a team called Caribbean City. We played in bright orange. The kind of kit that comes out today and people say, yeah, that's not a good looking kit. I played in one of those kits, and yeah, that's why my favorite color is orange, by the way, because I played in bright orange as a kid. So there you go. Next one from Jadenus from Twitch. How are you doing? How have you been? How have Rocket League ranks been treating you? Now, here we go, right? For some, I mean, I feel a little bit screwed over by the Rocket League ranking system, as everyone does. I'm a hard stuck C3, and I don't like it. But here's where the issue is, right? My second account and my third account are a higher rank than my main account. I went on one pretty bad, I'm not going to lie, D-ranking session with a mate of mine at the end of last season. Oh, it's a great standard. Okay, we move. And because of that, my then new placement rank in Season 3 was really, really low. Like low C3, which is where it shouldn't be. My second account, without any placement matches played, is about 80 MMR above my main account. So after the placements on my second account, I could easily be GC. And I've played 2's games in GC2. I've even played some in SSL with a friend, and we didn't lose every one. And GC2 with another friend, we won pretty much every one. So the fact I'm stuck in C3 is really difficult because, you get teammates that are actually C3, and therefore it can be a little bit harder to rank up, because whilst I'm decent at the game, I'm not guaranteed to carry at C3 every single game without fail. It's more like win one, lose one, and it's frustrating. So the Rocket League ranks aren't treating me too well. Rumble as well, I'm just sort of going in between GC2 and GC3. I haven't really hit up the SSL grind like I did last season, because I've already got the SSL title, so I'm not as bothered about that anymore. So my ranks, to be honest, they're not looking too great. And I think it's getting to the point where I'm starting to care a little bit less about my rank. But then again, I'm sure I'd care more about my rank if I was actually a better rank, if that makes sense. Obviously, I still play all the tournaments and doing stuff like that. The next tournament video is going to be my biggest Season 3 tournament video of all time, because instead of doing 1 week's worth of tournament rewards, I'm doing 2 weeks worth. And if I go to the tournament section here real quick, you will see I'm getting a bit of an expertise in getting past the first round, because that is where the weekly bonus comes in. You only need to get past the first round, so that's what I've been doing. You know, a couple SSL tourneys. One of the 2 SSL tourneys there, the team we played in the second round were phenomenal. Their team name was actually called the Bum Boys, which was that was interesting, but they were unbelievable. They were so good. We lost like 5 or 6-1 or something like that, and my teammate, one of them, was a viewer, and he just kept saying in the chat how nervous he was, and I was like, man, don't be nervous. I'm just me. I'm just a normal human being. In fact, I actually joined a voice chat in my Discord server the other day. Another shameless plug for the Discord server. And people were... It's so hard for me to process, because I'm still just literally a normal guy. But people were freaking out that I was in there. Like, fangirling, fanboying, fanning. You know, they were just... And... I mean, if you know me personally, and there's people that I've met through YouTube that didn't know me in real life, that now are, for lack of a better term, not in any way starstruck by my presence, by me picking up a call. And this is the thing that you got to realize. People are so normal, no matter who they are. People are just so normal. I was having a conversation with my mate about this, about girls and stuff, because someone in his Twitch chat, they were, I think, 13 years old, and they just got their heart broken for the first time. You know, they just, hey, we got a Fennec, let's go. They just got their heart broken. And I will say this, you know, because maybe when you've never had a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you might look up to that, or whoever you're attracted to, you might look up to someone like that. You might be intimidated by them, and I get it. If they're like, maybe you think they're way out of your league or whatever, you might be so intimidated by them. But I've come to learn as I've got older, as I've interacted with these people, that perhaps when I was younger, I'd be like, I can't even speak to them. Titanium White Flamethrower, there you go. Everyone, literally everyone, even the biggest celebrities in the world will take a painted Octane. They are just as normal, just as goofy, just as weird as you. If you treat whoever it may be like a normal person, you know, I mean, there are the, you know, the arrogant people that might be offended if you treat them like a normal person, but, you know, they're just douchebags, and you know, douchebags can be douchebags. But everyone is just, they're just as weird, they're just as crazy as you are. So if there's someone you want to talk to or something like that, just a bit of advice, just talk to them like your homie. You know what I mean? Because everyone, they're just normal. You know, I've spoken to, I don't know if I've really spoken to anyone particularly famous, but, you know, I've spoken to YouTubers and stuff like that, whether it be in DMs or a voice call, and everyone is just like me. And me as well, I'm normal. I'm literally just, I don't want to say think of me as your mate, but, you know, if you were to address me, you know, if you happen to be in a call with me at some point, or you see me in a game, you don't have to freak out. You know, I'm just a normal human being. And the people that have met me through YouTube and then become friends with me on a more, you know, friendly basis as opposed to like a creator-viewer relationship, they will tell you I'm just as much of a dweeb as everyone else. So, yeah, don't quite know how I got all that way there, but we move on. Then, oh, it's a great hot shot. The next question says your experience of working at McDonald's, but I mean, I've spoken about that many times and in many other videos, so we can gloss over that. The next one says, do you think Epic has done anything good to Rocket League other than increasing its popularity and number of players? Now, that's an interesting question, because it's very easy to default to, oh, well, Epic Games has single-handedly, you know, saved Rocket League in the sense it's brought them an entirely new audience. And whilst that is definitely true, and, you know, all of us in the community are seeing the benefits of that, let's think about what they've actually done to change the game. So, I mean, first of all, let's you know, address the elephant in the room here. This trade-up menu, this is great. Fennec, I love the luck. I mean, the trade-up drop rate, it is not ideal. I mean, put it this way. If we had the old trade-up drop rate before September and before free-to-play for this video, I'd guarantee you we'd get at least 2 titanium white octanes. Like, and I'm being deadly serious. You can go back and watch the videos. I would get at least 1 80% of the time, and then many times I'd get 2, and a couple of times I got 3, and the videos were half this size. So I mean, you do the maths. We were, oh, Bird Sienna Octane. Imagine that was a white one. That would have been fantastic. So I wish they kept the same drop rate. It would mean that I don't have to get 2,000 very rare drop items to guarantee painted octanes like we've seen today. I could literally get a painted octane guaranteed in like 50 trade ups as opposed to 400. But I mean, I like what they've done with the trading menu. I like the new interface. That's pretty cool. They do seem to be updating the game more. Do you remember, if you were obviously there during the first Season 3, I forget we're actually in Season 3 again now, but the original Season 3, the one that lasted nearly a year, right? Imagine a Rocket League season today lasting nearly a year. It just felt like the game needed some updates. They were really lacking on the new maps, the new game modes. With Epic Games, I can definitely say they bring out more maps, more game modes. They're not as, unreal. Like back in the day, the game modes they brought out were Drop Shot, Rumble, Hoops, the absolute staples of the extra modes. We don't need to talk about Snow Day, it is what it is. But I think they bring out more of these like arcadey type game modes that just... Ooh, titanium white again. Just what you'd expect from Epic Games, basically. The company that owns Fortnite and made Fortnite. They kind of have really adopted the same model for Rocket League, and I like it. I don't know, is the general consensus that Epic Games has ruined Rocket League? Because I know it's trendy to like hate on Epic Games and as a result hate on Fortnite, etc. But have Epic Games really ruined Rocket League? Or is that just people hating because it's fun to hate? Because to be honest, I'm the best I've ever been at the game, I think. I'm not the highest rank I've ever been at the game. It's a little bit frustrating, but I would say I'm the best I've ever been at Rocket League. I really enjoy it. I can only assume that the tournaments came into the game through Epic Games, and before the tournaments in like October when they came out, and to be fair, it's safe to say the tournaments were a real catalyst of the growth of this channel. The first initial tournament reward openings, because it was finally a crate opening series, which I've always done on my channel, that also lent itself to being decent at the game, because you couldn't just be bronze and get enough credits to do a massive tourney opening, whereas I'm a GC rank, so sometimes SSL in tournaments actually, I can get a lot of credits to make videos. So that is a massive change. And for me as a content creator, but also someone that does enjoy the competitive aspect of Rocket League, I think the tournaments that I can only assume Epic Games have added is one of the best things they've ever added to the game. Genuinely, I really, really enjoy the tournaments. So I can only sit here and say Epic Games has made Rocket League better. It's made it more adaptable to the mainstream media. I don't know how much they have to do with the esports, but the esports is popping as always. And to be honest, I couldn't be happier that Epic Games took over and made it free to play. I think giving Rocket League more attention and more eyeballs and more viewers is only a good thing. And I have to say, I'm glad that Epic Games is here. I think they've done a great job with the supporter creator program. I genuinely, that's really helped out a lot of people, including myself. And like I said in this video, people using code PixelArmy, we got another Fennec. That allows me to make videos like this and videos that I make every day. And I am pushing the boat out. I'm making more video ideas. We had Rocket League Crate Bingo. I'm not sure when it's going out, if it's before this or after this, but I'm planning on doing a video where I'll just tell you, if it's after this, you can look forward to it. If it's not, you can go back and watch it. But basically where I hop into 1v1s, and if they beat me, I give them a Lamborghini. Now, I always get called the Mr. Beast of Rocket League, and I'm very flattered by that comparison. But that's almost like a Mr. Beast. He'd do it in real life. He'd play someone in Rocket League, and if they beat him, actually give them a real Lamborghini. I sadly cannot do that, but I could give them enough credits to buy the Lamborghini bundle. So there's an idea that I'm going to do there. There's all sorts of other things that I'm working on in the pipeline. More trading videos coming out and stuff like that, because now that I've spent these last 8 months writing the trading course and filming for that, and now it's all done, I need some more trading content in my life, so I can actually do more trading videos, maybe the odd nothing to something here and there. But I like the state of Rocket League. I like where it's at, and I like the videos that I'm making, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it as well. So it doesn't look like we're going to get a titanium white octane here, not going to lie, but there's a tiny chance with 5 trade-ups here to go. Then I'll trade up the imports to exotics. It's literally all going to be drop exotics, so there's no point showing it. There's going to be no paint or anything like that. And then we will finish with the black market trade-ups. So there we go. I'll trade these up, and then I'll see you at the end. Oh, hold up. We got one of these to do. Give us... Oh, what can we get? I don't know if there's anything worth it for blueprints. Meteor Storm, there you go. I mean, we'll move on. All right, so this is what we're left with that isn't already in the archive, I believe. And now we have 15 black market trade-ups, I'm pretty sure. So maybe we can get a Dueling Dragons. We got a Shattered there. It's not too bad. Just a nice little way to end off the video. Mainframe. Oh, what a start. It's a shame. Like I said, you can't get these painted because they're not part of the crate series, so therefore there is no paint attributed to them. But I will take a Mainframe. I've got to make sure I don't trade up any of these painted ones because, oh my goodness. I think the Mainframe is definitely one of the most valuable black markets out there. So I will take it, non-painted and all, party time. Give it to me. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure all my painted exotics here are white. No, there's a couple black Hypnotics and Crimson Draco, but there's a lot of ones that I would want to keep. The White Striker Equalizers. Is there a White Striker? There is a White Striker Creeper Wheel as well. So, Crimson Lobos equals Dueling Dragons. Oh, I'll take a Fire God, you know. It's been so long since I've done drop black market trade-ups. I'm just happy to be back and vibing and chilling. Trigon. Not the worst luck, but it is, like I said, it is a shame that you can't get them painted, but then again, when you're just getting Fire Gods over and over, it doesn't matter. Someone did say in a recent video that I traded up a white Chrono Wheel, but I'm pretty sure I addressed that I was trading up a white Chrono Wheel. A lot of these I don't care for too much. I will say it is a bit of a shame that pretty much all of my painted exotics went on painted black markets because now there's very little color. Boom! Very little color in my inventory in terms of painted exotics, but it's fine. You know, we can always get them back if we want. We've actually had a very good trade-up session. 2 Fire Gods, 2 Mainframes, and a Dissolver. That's outrageous. I think we're pretty much good here. I could risk trading up some white exotics to get a painted black market. Do I do it? Nah, I can't do that. I won't do that. I'll leave it there. I will leave it there. I don't want you guys to get too mad at me. But nevertheless, that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like on it. As I said, if this smashes 10,000 likes and you really want me to continue the very rare drop trade-up series, then I will, of course, do that. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe as well to join the Pixel Army. I've been Pixel. You have been awesome. And I'll see you in the next video very soon.
Flying in a missile, haters throwing shade, never pick me, not an issue. I am a beast, I'm at the top, I run these beats, I hold my spot, so stop before it hits you. It's pick up, pixel.